Since you follow us on Instagram, you know that I have a puppy. Her name is Luca. She's 10 months old, and she loves long walks on the beach. But most of all, she loves destroying things. And of all the things that she's destroyed, this definitely takes the cake. So before Luca destroys any more of my stuff, because she does not have my undivided attention right now, let's talk about this series arc of Deadly Class. And recently I posted on my social media, I said, Rick Remender, it's amazing how amazing you are at being amazingly amazing. And if that doesn't tell you enough about how I feel about Deadly Class, I don't know what will. But I can say that I was a tad bit skeptical going into issue 22, especially following the aftermath of the last story arc, issue 21. I still think about it actually. Issue 22, Rick Remender wastes absolutely no time. But I can say that after reading 22, I felt a little bit like I wasn't going to be able to get behind this new band of characters at King's Dominion. But surely Rick Remender, as amazing as he is, he changed my mind completely. He makes it seem so easy to establish new faces and new characters, and then he dives even deeper into the familiar faces and characters we've already become so invested in. Even though there's so much to digest and there are new faces and new characters to develop, Rick Remender's writing never feels rushed. Even though issue 26 might have felt a little bit like a departure from the series' usual tone, it absolutely won't disappoint you at all. Just a random tale. This looks so strange. Are you seriously going to lay on me right now? You're 65 pounds. Hey Luca, what'd you think of this story arc? Oh, she's right. So, within the plot of this story arc, you might feel like it's lacking a little bit of action. However, just sit tight, because issue 26 definitely fulfills all that unadulterated carnage that your dark side requires. You got hair all over me. And if you love twists, then stick around, because this is definitely the story arc for you. So even though I was a little bit hesitant to start this next story arc, writing and plot aside, you'd still be completely invested because of Wes Craig's art. The expression, layout, panels, just literally everything that Wes Craig does makes this for one hell of a read. It feels so gritty, which is perfect for this series, and Jason Boyd does an excellent job of complementing Wes Craig's art with his colors. Let me show you my favorite panel. I tend to have a stylistic preference towards watercolor, and even though it's not in the style or nature of the series, I don't find it to be a distracting deviation, and I actually love it when there's a stylistic change to emphasize fantasy. This is from issue 23, and it is from the series of panels where the characters are doing drugs and playing Dungeons and Dragons. This might be a little strange and maybe a little gruesome, but I feel like it might be the best way of describing the storytelling within Deadly Class. It's as if Rick Remender and Wes Craig cut open my gut and ripped out all of my insides. But instead of getting upset with them or mad at them, I looked down on the floor and they had arranged it into a beautiful portrait, and I'm okay with dying. I've become so invested in this series, and it's definitely one of my top 3 currently active pulls, and it has so much to do with all of the emotion and feels that I get from all of the characters. What are you doing? You're brought in so deep into each character's dark and cynical psyche. From Saya's inner conflict and torture to even that piece of shit Shabnam. And each character really drives your emotion, and it's hard to pull away from them. With all of that said, I rate this series an 8 out of 8 pizza slices. Because there really isn't anything that I feel personally could improve. Rick Remender and Wes Craig simply do an amazing job with Deadly Class. The end of this story really made things a lot more complicated, so I'm really confident that Rick Remender is going to keep me reading just as he has from the last story arc. I'm so stoked to see how much more of a mess King's Dominion's class can get themselves into. Right, Luca? Thanks so much for watching my review of issues 22 through 26 of Deadly Class. I really hope you enjoy it just as much as I do. Let us know what else you want us to read, what else you want us to review. Jenna and I should be doing a couple of reviews together really soon because we're starting to catch up on things that we're both wanting to read. And just follow us on Instagram. Please click subscribe. Yes, over here. Aha. And we hope to see you soon. Let's start a fire.